the order of play before dart is thrown, but it has worked out that the bottom two play first as Warburton looks for double 16 here for 112, and that's the first ton topper of the day. This is the job altogether.
I think we both fancied that as well, the comms box and Mike Warburton. Fabulous first start from Michael.
Game shown the sixth.
Incredible finish to go the distance.
Michael Burgoyne.
Like I say, a very, very enjoyable match. You've used those Warburton jokes all day, haven't you? All group out. Is he going to go for the bullseye? Absolutely, he went that way, but it's double 11. This for the match. Great opening match, you have to say. He had double trouble yesterday, did Mike Warburton, but he said he felt relaxed. He felt he was going to play his best starts today against a much, much improved Michael Burgoyne, and really enjoying his performances at the moment. It is big smiles all around. It does make that third place more and more interesting now, averaging round about the 90 mark throughout that game. Very, very nice from Mike Warburton. 112 finish being a real highlight. He starts with a win. He was disappointing so far for Conor Scott. He's up next and he plays Max de Jong. Something else you picked up is how quick he was playing. Champagne shot. That's the way to do it, Conor Scott. We have been waiting 2 and a bit days for that, but that is the kind of dart he can produce. A quarter-finalist at the Players' Championship at Hildesheim last week.
Well, Scott has his towel in his hands, but he was never going to throw it in. But now he comes back for a match-winning chance. He'll put himself into pole position as far as third place is concerned. And he's got 2 in his hand at double 8 to seal the job. Well, it's been a grueler, but Scott sneezes it right to the very line. He gets the better of Max de Jong by 4 legs to 3 as an embrace by the pair. Scott gets over the line, just about crawls over it, and it puts him on to 12 points. 4 points clear of de Jong. Scott's timing in key moments was the key difference in that match. 132, the champagne shot was pinned, and then the big moment swang his way. De Jong battling away as he so typically does, but it is Scott that picks the 2 points up. Coming up next, big game between Andreas Harrison and Leonard Gates. A win for Gates, well, you can begin to see Saturday night in the rearview mirror.
This is an important phase of the match right now. And tops for a screamer. What a finish from Leonard Gates. He's been absolutely out of it for a leg and a half. He started the match very, very nicely, leading 2-0.
100.
And it's going to be 6 from here from Harrison because Gates has left himself on a bogey. It's 2 darts at tops. For Andreas Harrison to seal a huge comeback win. It keeps him in the mix. Does what he needs to do. Tops upon him to turn. Scott can only try and apply pressure, but apply pressure he will. A little bit more of a grip between the teeth. Look at the stare down he gave the board there.
Just a little bit too little too late. And Michael Burgoyne, boy is he impressed the past day and a half. He had a dismal start on day 1, but he's really fighting back now, and Conor Scott has really flattered to deceive. You've seen in the background a very disappointed look, and not an average you often associate with Conor Scott in the 70s. But Michael Burgoyne, he won't care one jot. Another win from the man from Bedfordshire, and a huge game coming up next for top of the table Leonard Gates. He plays Mike Warburton. Now, on the back of a disappointing Champion of Champions World Seniors to try and regain his title. However, this would be nice. Well, we've seen a 160 from Leonard Gates, and now a 161. An absolute masterclass of finisher from the American. He leads 1-0. Been an absolutely fabulous performance from Leonard Gates. Just what he needed. And this for a big whitewash win, and to go 4 points clear again.
Well, Warburton will feel like he's walked into another one. And Gates is one step closer towards qualification. A 4-0 victory against Mike Warburton. The average, 109.31. An incredible performance. And it's still not the highest average of the week. A 4-0 victory for Leonard Gates against Mike Warburton. Warby averaging 91 and only got a dart at a double. That was on the back of a 1-4-1 combo. So Gates a 4-0 victor. He moves full clear again. Andreas Harrison in action against Max de Jong after this. And to put himself in a couple of points of Leonard Gates at the top.
Yes, it was a plethora of 4-3 scores after the first 4 games, but we've had a 4-0 win in the previous game. A double 12 away for a 138. What a way to finish with a Super Swede. Big smile on his face. He's really just saying to Leonard Gates, I am still here, Leonard. So no mistakes from the American, really, the way Andreas is playing right now. 95.43. That beautiful 138. And now he's finding his doubles again. Good times for the Swede. That was a big victory. That was one-way traffic. And next up, it's the return of Leonard Gates. He's top of the table. He's seen what Andreas Harris has done. He plays Michael Burgoyne next.
At the top of this group.
93.
Yeah, this is massive. Leonard Gates has the opportunity to go back to 4 points clear. 74 left. Like I said, this is where the part of he loses his rhythm on the finishing. He's definitely better than he was 2 years ago. And it's double 16. Well, he gets there in the end. It's mission accomplished for Leonard Gates. It was a scrappy win, and Michael Burgoyne has been involved in 4-3 again. This time he's on the losing end, but for Leonard Gates, that is a big win in the end. Forget the averages. It's on the back of 109 average, so Leonard Gates will know that that's in the locker. Big 2 points. He goes 4 points clear, and it'll be a very disappointed Andreas Harrison up next. He's 2 wins out of 2, and he plays Conor Scott. Way away from the target. The Rye smile because he's left tops, but Conor Scott is going to have a dart for this match. Or should I say 2? Double 10. It's been one-way traffic.
54.
But just when it looked like Conor Scott was turning a corner in the doubling stakes, he has missed 2 for the match there. Well, any great comeback needs to start from somewhere. But it's not going to start here for Harrison. And Scott comes back.
It's just not happening for Andreas Harrison. And finally it has for Conor Scott. It's a big whitewash win. It's one-way traffic. I have to say it was a bit of a rout there for Conor Scott. And the biggest cheer of them all surely must come from Leonard Gates. He's now in a fabulous position to qualify. There's the stats. It looked a little bit better than those numbers for Conor Scott, but he'll be delighted with a 4-0 victory and a nice double 10 to seal victory. As we move on to Mike Warburton, he's up next against Max de Jong. This is an interesting
50.
way. What does he do? Does he go direct for the bull? That really does shut me up. Great darts, Max de Jong. I've harped on about all the mistakes you've done by going direct for that.
101.
For a red pen leg.
Yeah, we've talked an awful lot about the types of practice that they do backstage before they go on there. This is the type of example that they do. And when it comes in a match like that, you think all them hours of practicing that type of finish down to the wire.
But de Jong has left tops after 12. And he pins it first start. And look at the roar. Look at the roar on the face of Max de Jong. I don't think Mike Warburton was best pleased about it. But that was a win that meant a lot to Max de Jong. 4-3 in a real battle against Warburton. That the tail of the tape. De Jong, a 4-3 winner against Mike Warburton. We're off for a break. Me and Glenn are going next door. We'll see you on the other side.
Conor Burgoyne, 109.
Like I said, that 4-0 victory over Harrison. If he hits treble 19 here, he's got a dart at double 16 to lead this match 3-0. 7 legs on the spin here for Conor Scott against the 2 real big hitters.
Hanging on just that little bit longer. What a performance from Conor Scott. He has been brimming for something big, and he has found something big over the last couple of games. He beats Leonard Gates by 4-0. That confirms his passage into Group B. That the tail of the tape, 96-97 the average, and he wipes Leonard Gates aside in 7.5 minutes. Scott 4, Gates 0, de Jong Burgoyne up next. It feels like a game between 2 players that kind of know that their fate is sealed. 86 left, so treble 18 for double 16 for the break of throw and a 3-2 lead. Well, that could just be the ignition lit for Michael Burgoyne.
The lesser spot at double 17 at the worst possible time for Max de Jong. It has felt like the pace has been really slow, which is more suited Burgoyne. This is for the match, remember, and he gets over that winning line once again, does Michael Burgoyne. No roar of celebration this time for Max de Jong. He'll be left a little bit deflated with that defeat. But boy, have I enjoyed the response from Michael Burgoyne from a very, very difficult day one. Friendships are made in there. They won't want to remember that game. There was nothing spectacular. However, Michael Burgoyne is learning to win games on that stage, and that'll hold him in good stead for his Group C campaign. Next up, it's Andreas Harrison against Mike Warburton.
Gates to have
Andreas
to beat Max de
60.
Jong in the next.
Well, he throws a really flat dart, so a 60 finish is something that Andreas really likes. Can he sit on top? Yes, he can. And Andreas Harrison wins another big 4-0 victory, this time against the luckless Mike Warburton, who's having a Group A campaign he will want to forget. But Andreas Harrison says to Leonard Gates, over to you, but don't miss the next match. Leonard Gates, the chance of qualification, the chance of topping Group A. He's up next against Max de Jong.
De Jong would have the darts in that instance. Double 10. And we go all the way. And Gates is still there. He's still fighting. He is still in with a puncher's chance.
And I think he thought that was in. I was just looking outside the commentary window there. And we have said from Monday morning that Max de Jong is the grinder, the scrapper. And these types of finishes he's been putting away. Now he's under incredible pressure right now. Not only representing himself, but obviously how this league table's going to go. What a dart that is, Max de Jong.
77.
And what a finish that would have been. And then Gates' heart must have been in his mouth right there. But he comes back for another chance. It's double 6. And the soldier will dance his way through to Saturday night. Leonard Gates qualifies through. Boy, did he have to work for it. Boy, did he have to toil for it. But Leonard Gates is in. Leonard Gates is through with an average of 86-89. He gets the better of Max de Jong by 4 legs to 3. Boy, did he have to wait for it. Boy, did he have to work for it. But he will be a very relieved man. It was disappointment at the seniors at the weekend. It is success thus far at the Super Series. So, 2 dead rubbers to come. Warburton up against Scott. Both players' fates have been sealed. But we'll see what happens in this one after this.
And can you pin this double 12? It's been a fascinating game between the pair of them. Warburton led 2-0. Conor Scott pulled it back. However, Mike Warburton got over the line. And there's the dance move to go with it. In honour of Henry Deacon. But big smile on the face for Mike Warburton. He went through some trials and tribulations there. But you can see the determination. And just shy of a 90 average. A big win over Conor Scott there. He looks really happy. And the dance moves are continuing. As we move on to the final game of this intriguing Group A. It's Andreas Harrison against Michael Burgoyne. For Michael Burgoyne, this 1-1-4 simply has to go.
Can it light the spark? Light the fuse? Light the blue touch paper? 1-1-4 is taken out. That's how you do it.
What a fabulous setup play that is. But Harrison for the match.
Climbing the ladder to tops. And he climbs it to success. He won't.
What a fabulous setup play that is. But Harrison for the match.
Climbing the ladder to tops. And he climbs it to success. He won't climb to the summit of Group A. He finishes in second space. I think Michael Burgoyne. What is that? Oh, it's a piece of paper. Happy birthday, Ronnie. Happy birthday to you. What a lovely way to end our day and to end our group. Well, at least it wasn't a "can I have your shirt" type poster. Well, many happy returns, Ronnie. And many congratulations, Dirty Harry. 4-1 win for him in the last game of the day. Well, myself and Glenn, we're going to talk to the happiest man of the lot. Leonard Gates is back in the studio, and we'll be back there in a couple of minutes. Well, welcome back to the Mojas Super Series, where we are joined once again by Leonard Gates in the studio. He is the strong man. He is the last man standing as far as Group A is concerned. But, geez, you didn't make it easy, did you?
No, definitely didn't make it easy. Like I say, the focus kind of got off me there for a second. That's the hardest part of the game. You can shoot games, oh man, I shot this, I shot that, I was doing great, but then when you lose that focus just a little bit, the game can creep up on you.
It felt a little bit up and down today, didn't it? Obviously, you lost that first game against Andreas. What were you thinking after that?
I think I went into that first game with too much pressure in my mind, thinking it's like, let me get past Andreas first because he's right there behind me. So it's like, and I didn't. Then my next match, I was like, nah, I'm going in both feet in, nothing to think about, just the board and just shoot, you know.
Was that why we saw that 109 average out?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I had to definitely work for that one.
You definitely did. And Glenn, you've been watching Leonard over the course of the last 3 days. What have you been so impressed with?
Well, I think the Motor Super Series is about consistency, and that's maybe an area where Leonard can get even better. He has that flashes of brilliance. I've talked about he's at his best when he's rocking and rolling on it. It's poetry in motion. He's not that aimer. He's somebody who's all about the rhythm. And when he gets that going, as I've said in comms all week, there's no better player this week. But it was interesting to hear him say there that focus and that desire can sometimes be an issue. And he was tested today because he was up against the best Max de Jong that we'd seen. Yeah. And I was thinking, I wonder if his mindset's going, here we go again. He had opportunities, he gets over the line, but what Leonard Gates has got is an awful lot of bottle. And when he needed that double 12, double 6 combo at the end to qualify, and he's a wonderful asset for Saturday night, 2 days off, good time for Leonard Gates.
Well, let's go back to that game against Max, and particularly that last leg, because he misses a dart at double 16 on the back of the 109 combo to go through. I think we can show it for you now here, Leonard, just down here. So Max steps up to the hockey. What are you thinking there in the back of your mind, knowing that you're on a double to go through?
Well, I was telling myself I missed my opportunity, but I also was telling myself if Max misses this shot, I'm not going to miss my second opportunity to take the double out and win the game.
What was that moment like?
It was great. Like he missed it, I was like, okay, yes, I got another chance, and I'm not going to squander it now. You know what I mean? Just get in there, focus, throw it. The first dart's outside, put the second dart right on the inside. You know.
The cream rises to the top, and I didn't watch the actual screen. I was watching the body language, the throw from behind, from this wonderful view that we have here. And like I said, he has a lot of bottle. 2 days off could be good for Leonard. Yes. And like I said, with a crowd here Saturday night, that's when he comes to his best. And Leonard Gates could be lifting that trophy come Saturday night.
I suppose after the last few days as well, with Blackpool and everything else, I suppose those couple of days would be quite nice for you just to maybe have a little bit of time away from the board?
Yeah, definitely. Take the time away from the board, rethink about Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays. Today's here and the guys will play, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to see some more of the guys again on Saturday, and also maybe some of the new guys that are coming in Thursday and Friday. So, but mentally, that's the thing about the next 2 days. Mentally prepare for Saturday night.
We've seen you come close to winning on a Saturday a few times before. Yes. We've mentioned it a couple of times, runner-up. Where do you feel your game is now compared to those other occasions that you've made it through to finals and got so close?
This time going into it and approaching Saturday night or Saturday's events, it's like don't relax. I think the other couple of times I relaxed just a little bit. There's no time for that now. Just stay, put the foot on the gas pedal and just let it go.
Well, sorry, I'll come back to you in a second, Clay. Just to confirm, this is who you're going to be up against or potentially up against on Saturday, because this is how everything breaks down. I bet you're glad when you look at those groups and you look at the players that are going to be involved, that you're kind of out the way with it and you can just sit away for a couple of days.
Yeah, it's. I mean, looking at this field, that's a great field right there. I mean, of course, with Conor, Scott, Andreas, I played against Garrett Cole before, Max. Max and Mike, their game the last 3 days have risen. So it's going to be very competitive, I think. You know, in my eyes, that's a competitive field, and that is something to work against coming into Saturday.
Yeah, Leonard Gates a couple of years ago wouldn't have recognised a few of them names. Yeah. And there's a couple of other names to add. The David Evans, who has been really successful here, and Ashley Coleman, which is going to create some interest as well. Job done for Leonard Gates. My advice to Leonard would be run your own race on Saturday night. Yes. Focus on what you do best. If you run it, you win it.
Yes, that's it.
That is exactly it. Right, before we let you go, I'm going to show you a graphic which I think you're very much going to enjoy.
Okay.
The league table, because you are top of it, 24 points compared to Andreas Harrison on 22. Just quickly on Conor Scott, Glenn, do you think he's going to go into tomorrow with plenty of confidence considering the way that he ended the day?
Maybe not plenty of confidence, but when you've had a 4-0 win over Leonard and a 4-0 win over Andreas Harrison, he's got to remember the positives there. I always said if you're driving a car, don't look in the rear mirrors, keep looking forward. That's what Conor Scott needs to do. He's a top player, Conor Scott, and could comfortably come out Saturday night, all guns firing. He's an incredible player. Focus on what you do best, Conor.
And the great news for you, Leonard, is no matter what, we're going to see you on Saturday night. And we're looking forward to watching you on Saturday. Glenn, thank you for your company over the last couple of days. Well, Leonard Gates is the emphatic winner as far as Group A is concerned. The soldier will be darting with delight when it comes to Saturday night here at the Super Series. And, well, tomorrow's daytime session is going to be focused on the Prince of Darkness. He awaits. See you at 10.